From November 2022 to February 2023, Barnstaple Museum is holding an exhibition titled Mapping Our Town, which showcases a detailed map of Barnstaple during 1650 by Richard Newcourt, which was recently discovered in the Bodleian Libary. The map is 200 years older than any other known map of the town, making it the oldest known map of Barnstaple. I spoke to Trudy Weston, the shop lead, about the exhibition.
So we have a very lovely map that was found at the Bodleian Libary, which is near Oxford. It's a map of Barnstaple, and it's produced sometime between the year of 1620 and 1670. This map has been lying in their galleries, in their spaces, without being looked at for an awful long time. And a professor called Todd Gray was up there doing research for another project and came across this lovely map and thought the people of Barnstaple ought to know about it. So we got together with Todd and we produced this big map on the floor here, and also we've got lots of exhibitions that goes alongside telling people what actually is happening in North Devon and Barnstaple within the 1600s, which is really quite an interesting time. So from looking at the map, we've discovered that a lot of the roadways are very similar, especially in the centre of the town. The main thing that has changed has been the frontage on the river. We had 3 or possibly 4 ports along the front there, and now we have nothing. And the Strand has developed and grown as time moved on. So the main thing that has changed has been our portal imports, making us a very cosmopolitan location really, and a very busy, vibrant location to have lived in back then. One way that we were wanting to engage with children from the 11 to 24 brackets was that we came up with the idea of making models of items or of buildings that were still about in the 1600s. So we have a lovely lady from Fab Lab. She comes in on a Saturday, and we have a group of children and young adults, I should call them, that come on various Saturdays, and they sit there and design it on the computer, and then they see it being built on the Fab Lab, and we've got a couple models already on display.
I also spoke to 94-year-old Bill Mckay, who has lived in Barnstaple his whole life, about what the exhibition meant to him and his long life living and working in the town.
I was born in Barnstaple, and at the moment it's coming up to about 93 and a half years. Well, I always worked, of course, and learnt the trade, the outfitting trade, and I developed my own shop and business and confectionery business with my wife, and I've also done a lot of work in the flower trade, and well, there we are, time flies. The map is definitely corresponds with other more modern maps. You can see the outline of it quite well and appreciate where the boundaries were in those days. Oh, it changed greatly, really. I mean, what with all the traffic, and that is the biggest thing I think changed, is the traffic and the size of the outskirts of the town. I mean, there used to be a big factory in the centre of the town now, or just over the riverside. I said 1 o'clock the whistle used to blow, and everybody used to come out walking on their bicycles, going home to lunch. Well, I said those sort of things don't happen today, because everybody got cars, and all the works, factories and things like that are well outside the town. So I said they couldn't possibly go home to lunch. So I said that is a great big change in Barnstaple.